Hello, everybody, and welcome to Starry-Eyed Tarot. Happy Monday, everybody. Oops, sorry, got feedback again. Um, I hope everyone's doing great today, wherever y'all are at. Whatever's going on in your life. If you are returning, welcome back. If you are new here, welcome to the channel. Thank you for your subscription. Yeah, I am a tarot reader, and I can answer any question that you may have, with the exception of medical or legal questions. Today I am using the Pride Tarot deck. It's a collaborative deck made by 46 different queer artists, 45 queer artists from all around the world. Really beautiful deck. Yeah, so welcome. I am a tarot reader, and I read the cards, but I also have a connection with spirit and get messages from spirit as well. It's kind of an incorporation of the two when I'm reading. I'm also a psychic medium. I can communicate with those who have passed away. I cannot communicate with absolutely 100% of everybody who's passed away. Most people, but there have been a few times where I haven't been able to get through. But most of the time I can. I don't know why Nightbot's not showing up, but it should. There we go. There's Nightbot. Hi, Nightbot. So if that is something that you are interested in, I would be honored to read for you. I do ask that you just give me a minute before we start, just to check in with spirit, make sure that they're willing and able to communicate with me. And yeah, just ask them to do that before sending a donation. I also, and I do past life regression as well. I've been doing past life regression utilizing tarot for quite a few years now, but about 6 months ago I really buckled down and streamlined the method that I use. And Nightbot, as I put in the description for Nightbot with Nightbot, I can ask spirit to illuminate a past life for you that is most relevant to your current life's journey. But I could really ask for any intensive purposes. Yeah, whatever you're seeking, I can definitely ask within that vein. I also offer soulmate confirmation readings. And to be specific, these are not when will I meet my soulmate? It's not a question of have you met your soulmate, or well, it's more a question of have you met your soulmate. But we ask about a specific person who's currently in your life in some capacity. You don't have to be dating them. You don't have to actually be friends with them, but you have to do know them and converse with them in some capacity. And spirit will confirm whether they are meant to be in your life in this lifetime at this time. And spirit also often gives either their blessing or their lack of a blessing. Those are always very interesting. And probably the most popular, the most common readings that I give are of a romantic nature. And with that having been said, I developed a pretty thorough love question that one can do with a mini reading. It doesn't cost anything more than, you can do it with a mini reading if you want it. You can also do it with a full or an in-depth. But I ask what their thoughts, their feelings, and their intentions are towards you. And the person doesn't necessarily have to be a romantic partner. It could be a friend, it could be a family member. I've even done this reading actually for animals, for those pets. So it can really be done for almost anybody. I also offer private readings offline, one-on-one, you and me, um, over Zoom. They're scheduled by appointment only. And we can just talk for however long you would like, however long time will allow for both of us. Like if you need to extend your time, we can do that. We just ask as many questions as you need to have answered, and I'll pull as many cards as need to be pulled to answer those questions. I also offer a different type of private reading that's more on the level of people needing discretion. I can also do private readings over voice memos on Instagram or typed over email. My email address is posted right there. It doesn't, no additional donation amount. And I get back to you within 24 hours, but I usually get back to you within at least like 3, 4. Yeah, I think that's the whole spiel for today. So that means that we have not received any donations yet. So the donation queue is currently open. So whoever makes a donation next, or who makes a donation first, I should say, will be next. Hi, Phyllis. Thank you so much for your donation. Oh, you want to do a mediumship reading? Okay. All right. It's actually 50-50, $50.50. Um, over super chat. If that's what you're wanting, if Leroy's passed, um, so the difference would be $7.07 for mediumship. And I've checked in before, right? Isha, thank you so much for your donation, Isha. Phyllis, are you there? If you're trying to do a mediumship, it's an additional $7.07 if using PayPal. Phyllis, are you there? Phyllis, are you there? Phyllis, are you there? Okay, I'm gonna give Phyllis like one more minute here. Um, uh, hold on one sec. Um, oh, Isha, also Isha, I just realized that you accidentally sent it to the wrong Cash App. So I'm gonna refund your donation, and I'll the link to the correct Cash App is at the top of the chat. But I can. This is my username for the correct Cash App. Thank you so much, love. For some reason, the other one's not working. And we just received donations from Kristen and from Matt. Thank you so much, you guys. Okay, so Kristen and Matt. Thank you so much, Kristen. Isha, can you let me know when you've sent that through to the other one? And just confirm that you got the refund from the other account. Phyllis, are you there, love? Okay, so I don't see Phyllis anywhere. So we can move on to Isha. But Isha, I think Isha, well, she's probably sending her donation. Um, so Isha, I just refunded you from my other account. And then I typed the correct one there. Yes, it's the same profile pic. Yeah, that's me. Cash App just after my wallet was stolen a couple weeks ago, it started acting weird, and now I can only use. I don't know why I have two accounts. It's a long story. It's confusing. I don't quite understand it myself. But yeah, that's me. Thank you. Hi, Phyllis. Can you send a message to Leroy that I did care about him and knew he was in love with me? I can do a mediumship for you, Phyllis, but the problem is you didn't send enough. It's $50.50 for a mediumship over SuperChat. So if you could just send another $7.07, we can do the mediumship, and I can impart with the mediumship. I impart his messages to you, and I can give him messages from you as well. Thank you so much, Isha, for sending that over. Isha, did you want so you were you looking for a 15 card reading, or do you have multiple questions? Yes, I got it. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. $15 card, you got it. Please go ahead and post your question. Thank you. So there's been a lot of work drama lately, and I would just like to know how Lauren is feeling about me or how she views me. Okay, and what's your sign and what is Lauren's sign? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. How does Lauren view and feel about Isha? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What is Lauren's? How does Lauren feel about Isha? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. How does Lauren feel about Isha? Okay. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. How does Lauren feel about Isha? Masters and spirit guides. What are Lauren's current feelings and how she views Isha? Masters and spirit guides. How does Lauren view and feel about Isha? Masters and spirit guides. How does Lauren feel about Isha and view her? Masters and spirit guides. How does Lauren view and feel about Isha? Masters and spirit guides. How does Lauren view and feel about Isha? Masters and spirit guides. How does Lauren view and feel about Isha? Masters and spirit guides. How does Lauren feel about Isha? Masters and spirit guides. How does Lauren feel about Isha? Masters and spirit guides. How does Lauren view and feel about Isha? Masters and spirit guides. How does Lauren view and feel about Isha? Masters and spirit guides. How does Lauren view and feel about Isha? Masters and spirit guides. How does Lauren you and feel about Isha? Mixed message and spirit guides. How does Lauren feel and view Isha? Mixed message and spirit guides. How does Lauren view and feel about Isha? Mixed message and spirit guides. How does Lauren view and feel about Isha? Mixed message and spirit guides. How does Lauren view and feel about Isha? Thank you, Phyllis. And Phyllis, just one more question. I checked in with Leroy, right? In the past, was he someone that I checked on to make sure they were available? We have 3 of Swords reversed, the Emperor, King of Wands, 10 of Swords, 2 of Cups, 9 of Wands, 7 of Wands, Knight of Pentacles reversed, 2 of Swords reversed, Death reversed, Queen of Wands, 3 of Pentacles, the Empress, 9 of Swords reversed, and 4 of Swords. Okay, so you say there's a lot of drama. You said you and Lauren are good, it's just a lot of drama around you. Okay. Does the drama have to do with you and her? There's a ton of wands here. That's one of the first things I've noticed is, especially this Queen of Wands, 9 of Wands. She is extremely, and I think we've already talked about this, but she is extremely attracted to you. She's extremely physically attracted to you. This 3 of Swords reversed, I feel like, well, she's definitely attracted to you. I definitely see that, for sure. I'm repeating myself here, but with this 3 of Swords reversed, it's like, I think she feels that there's been like, I think things are like better between you and her. Well, the thing is that there were false things said about me and I thought they were coming from her, but she meant well, like my manager was confronting me about things said about me, but it wasn't her, and I feel bad accusing her, but I thought it was her because she meant well or had good intentions. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I don't sense that there's any like hard feelings here. Especially with, yeah, we have both the Emperor and the Empress. Hi Phyllis, I see you. Phyllis, I was calling your name. You have 3 minutes to come to the chat when I call your name and you weren't here, so I had to move on to the next person. I also didn't get your donation until now, but you will be next. Thank you, Phyllis. Turns out it was another coworker who had bad intentions and lied. Ooh, I'm sorry about that. And I believe she, and she knows that too, and she's aware of that. And I feel like she's happier with the way things are between you and her with both this Emperor and Empress card. We've got all these wands, 9 of Wands, Queen of Wands, 7 of Wands. The attraction is very, very palpable. She's very, very physically attracted to you. She enjoys working with you with this 3 of Pentacles, but at the same time, I also think she wishes that you guys didn't work together because it does bring some complications into things. Hi, Austin, welcome. It does bring some complications into things, you know, trying to date a coworker. Yeah, okay, Queen of Wands, King of Wands, the Emperor, Empress. Yeah, she's incredibly physically attracted to you, love. We asked how she views you, how she feels about you. She likes working with you, but we do have this Knight of Pentacles right here in the center. And as much as she does like working with you, there are some difficulties that are presented oftentimes when coworkers want to date one another. And I think she does. She does. I don't want to say she resents it, but she doesn't appreciate it. But yeah, she thinks you're absolutely stunning, absolutely stunning. This Empress, Emperor energy. Yeah, I think like she's starting to feel like a little more confident around you. With this 9 of Swords reversed and 2 of Swords reversed. But she still definitely gets like butterflies when she sees you. I will say, like that hasn't gone away. Like that's still very much there. And there's definitely energies of like not just attraction, but then we also have this beautiful Two of Cups here. Like she really likes you as a person. But I also feel with this Death reverse card and the Four of Swords, it's like she can't really take action in any way that she would ideally want to. Phyllis, yes, I can see the chat. Are you not able to hear me? Because I keep on talking to you. Out of work for a week with a broken pigtail. I'm sorry to hear about that, Austin. With this Death reverse card and Four of Swords, it's like she feels. I do sense a feeling of frustration here. Like she would ideally like. I think she would like to move forward with you in a romantic way, but there's things, the work situation does hold her back in a lot of ways and does present its difficulties. Um, I think she does kind of resent that, actually. I think she does. Phyllis, I've confirmed 3 times now that I received it. Thank you very, very much. You will be next. Thank you. Sorry, my ADD is not great today, so I keep on losing my train of thought. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Isha. Yeah, it's like not she's not able to move forward. It's like she's feeling stuck, and I do believe that it's this, the work situation with this Knight of Pentacles right here in the center that is creating this, or creating, this blockage. It's interesting that she views me in that way, because every single time I see her, she's so beautiful inside and out. Well, I think she feels very similarly to you, Isha. I don't know where she stands when it comes to dating coworkers. Everybody has a different state of mind, a different opinion about it. She might be totally cool with it, but the energy I'm getting is that is what's holding her back from actually like acting on her feelings and her attraction. That is this blockage right here in the center, this Knight of Pentacles reverse. She loves the fact that she does work with you because she gets to see you and spend time with you and talk to you, but it creates that blockage. Yeah, I get that. Even though I think coworkers shouldn't be dating me because she's mixed. Oh, and she's your supervisor. Okay, that creates even more complications there. Yeah, yeah. Like if you guys were your fellow, like just fellow coworkers, like that would be a little different. But yeah, the fact that she's your supervisor does definitely make things difficult there. And I think that is, yeah, I keep on hearing the word resentment, and I think that it is something that she resents. Um, and actually, I've been reading for someone a lot lately, or the past couple of weeks. They're kind of going through a little something similar, only they're the supervisor. And yeah, it's very, there's already so many like strict rules ever since the Me Too movement about like dating in the workplace. And I know there's a lot of workplaces that will allow coworkers to date, but in terms of like supervisor bosses dating their subordinates, that there's, I don't think I've ever heard of a place that was okay with that. Um, so it's tough, and she, both of you guys don't want to lose your job, and I don't know, maybe you're not too crazy about this job, but I feel like this job is very important to her, but it frustrates her a lot, you know. You're very welcome, Isha. Thank you, love. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Okay, Miss Phyllis, thank you so much, Phyllis, for your donation. So we are going to do a mediumship for Leroy. Can you tell me what Leroy's what his astrological sign is, Phyllis? Can I get Leroy's astrological sign, Phyllis, please? Thank you. Leroy Craighead Jr. Okay. Angels, masters, and spirit guides, Leroy, please come through with any and all messages that you have for Phyllis. Angels, masters, and spirit guides, Leroy, please come through with any and all messages that you have for Phyllis. Angels, masters, and spirit guides, Leroy, please come through with any and all messages that you have for Phyllis. Angels, masters, and spirit guides, Leroy, please come through with any and all messages that you have for Phyllis. Angels, masters, and spirit guides, Leroy, please come through with any and all messages that you have for Phyllis. Angels, masters, and spirit guides, Leroy, please come through with any and all messages you have for Phyllis. Angels, masters, and spirit guides, Leroy, please come through with any and all messages that you have for Phyllis. Angels, masters, and spirit guides, Leroy, please come through with any and all messages that you have for Phyllis. Angels, masters, and spirit guides, Leroy, please come through with any and all messages that you have to Phyllis. Angels, masters, and spirit guides, Leroy, please come through with any and all messages you have for Phyllis. Angels, masters, and spirit guides, Leroy, please come through with any and all messages you have for Phyllis. Angels, masters, and spirit guides, Leroy, please come through with any and all messages you have for Phyllis. Angels, masters, and spirit guides, Leroy, please come through with any and all messages that you have for Phyllis. Angels, masters, and spirit guides, Leroy, please come through with any and all messages you have for Phyllis. Angels, masters, and spirit guides, Leroy, please come through with any and all messages you have for Phyllis. Angels, masters, and spirit guides, Leroy, please come through with any and all messages you have for Phyllis. Angels, masters, and spirit guides, Leroy, please come through with any and all messages you have for Phyllis. Angels, masters, and spirit guides, Leroy, please come through with any and all messages you have for Phyllis. Angels, masters, and spirit guides, Leroy, please come through with any and all messages you have for Phyllis. Angels, masters, and spirit guides, Leroy, please come through with any and all messages you have for Phyllis. Okay, we have 9 of Wands reversed, 8 of Cups, Knight of Pentacles, 6 of Swords reversed, Knight of Cups reversed, 2 of Cups reversed, the Sun reversed, the Chariot, the Star reversed. Whoa. So we get that. 9 of Pentacles, 5 of Pentacles reversed, the Devil reversed, the Emperor reversed, the Wheel of Fortune, and Ace of Cups reversed. Now I still don't know, you still haven't told me what his sign is. I'm wondering if he was a Capricorn or, a Cancer or Capricorn, actually one of the two. Could have been an Aries also, or Virgo, but I don't know what his sign is. There's a message that I'm getting here of surrender. I keep on seeing the word surrender. And we have this 9 of Wands reversed here. This 9 of Wands reversed here. Did he die of he died of a disease, didn't he? I feel like it was a battle. He was fighting a battle that he wasn't able to win with this 9 of Wands reversed. And I didn't get his birth date or his death date, so I don't know how old he was upon his passing. But the message I'm getting is that it was definitely premature. It shouldn't have happened as young as it did, as it did happen to him. It prevented him from attaining a lot of things that he had wanted to attain in his life and experience. It prevented him from experiencing a lot of the experiences that he would have liked to have experienced. I don't know if he had a family or not, he may never have had that opportunity. But I'm definitely getting a message of losing a battle. And just despite having fought very, very hard. And yeah, the word surrender keeps on coming up, like surrendering to the other side and moving on to the other side. This Eight of Cups. Yeah, I'm definitely getting messages of I don't want to say it's a sad energy because it's not, but and I don't know when he passed. I don't know what year it was. But his life was taken from him prematurely, and it prevented him from achieving everything he wanted to, from saying everything that he wanted to everyone in his life, you included. There were a lot of things that he thought he had the time to say, but didn't. The word succumbs now coming up. Succumbing, surrender. It would be really helpful if I had his sign, love, and his date of passing. It's Knight of Pentacles and the Chariot reversed. Yeah, it's not something that he harbors with resentment or anything. Like I said, it's not the energy I'm getting from his spirit, and what I'm seeing is not of a sad spirit or a resentful spirit. He has moved forward. He has moved on. The Eight of Cups, Knight of Pentacles, the Chariot. He's fully moved on in the spirit world. But it did. A message I'm getting from him is it did, and this is why I'm so curious as to when he passed the year. But he said it did take him a decent amount of time to be able to get to the point where he's at now, where he can communicate as the spirit. I'm always curious about that. Because I have found that in my practice, some people can move forward really, really fast. This is something that happened not too long ago for him, with this Chariot right here in the center. Because when he had first passed, there was a lot for him to process. A lot of his autonomy had been stripped of him in this life, when he was suffering before he died, or when he was battling, whatever that battle was before his passing. And it was like reclaiming his spiritual autonomy once he moved on to the other side. Pisces, okay. Interesting. Again, I don't know what year he passed, but I'm getting a message that I do believe he's thinking about coming back, reincarnating. He was a Pisces, okay. With this Wheel of Fortune, Six of Swords reversed, there's certain things that he wants to do differently coming back as a human. He kept guards up a lot with people. I don't know how aware you are of that, but he's saying that he did, and he wants to come back and do things differently. Yeah, he wants to come back and do things differently. He often had his guard up with people. He was not very expressive about how he felt about people and things. He kept a lot to himself. And yeah, there's a lot of regrets. He doesn't hold on to them. He just wants to change and move on and do better, move forward. Or not do better, but do things differently. But yeah, the chariot, this wheel of fortune card, it's an energy. It's an energy of movement, a message of movement. And again, I don't know how long he's been on the other side. Um, every some spirits come back and reincarnate very very soon. Some take years and years. Some never want to reincarnate at all. He's very eager to start again, to be on this heavenly plane again. Um, yeah, Knight of Cups reversed, Ace of Cups reversed. He withheld a lot of his emotions and his feelings and things that he wanted to express when he was alive. Um, and now there's nothing he can do about that now. Um, he wants to do it over again. Sorry, 1 second. I need to 1 second. Excuse me. My mouth got really dry. Yeah, no, excuse me, this Knight of Cups reversed and Ace of Cups reversed. 1 second. Sorry, I swallowed something. Swallowed my Gatorade, went wrong down wrong too. Um, yeah, he kept a lot of guards up. And had a lot of insecurities when it came to interpersonal relationships. He didn't tell everyone who he loved that he loved them. I know that it was a lot. Well, he did tell people that he loved like his family. Um, but like just people in his life, like looking back in retrospect as a spirit, looking this at his whole life retrospectively, he realizes that he had a lot of gifts in his life that he perhaps took for granted. Opportunities, a lot of opportunities that he didn't take, and he did get things. Yeah, he got things done, and he definitely did make a lot of accomplishments, um, achieve a lot of accomplishments with this Nine of Pentacles. But there were other things, especially of a creative realm. How did you know him? Were you guys friends, or what? How did you guys know one another? Or is he related to you? I forget what he's not related to you, right? But are you guys were you friends or Cancer? That's why he passed. That okay, yeah, that makes sense because I'm seeing a long battle. It's starting with this battle that he had to, the word surrender, the word succumb is what I keep on seeing when I'm seeing this vision here, that he had to surrender to. But he did fight. He really did. Um, but I was he an art? Did you ever see him like as an artist? Was he an artist? Because I am getting like with the star, and I'm just seeing yeah, I'm seeing like art supplies and stuff, and like, was he an artist by any chance? Birthday 3/11/69 and death date was, oh, it's passed in 2021. Okay, yeah. It seems like yeah, he seems very eager to reincarnate and start again. Wow, that's a very not too long of a time being on the other side. He has a son. Okay. Yeah, no, there were people that obviously that he left behind, and it was very untimely his passing. Um, let's see. Yeah, he's 52. That's really, really young. That's really, really young. And I keep on getting this message of like he would have done things differently. He would have treated, every day differently if he would have known that this was part of his fate. Um, 1 second here. Yeah, he had a really, really difficult time. Excuse me 1 second. Whoa, 1 second. Yeah, he had an extremely difficult time expressing himself, expressing his emotions when he was on this planet. Um, he definitely valued you very, very much, and I'll tell you right away, if he didn't if he didn't value you, he would not have come through for me to communicate with you. People, that's I failed to mention that, but yeah, that's one of the reasons why I sometimes have not been able to get in touch with certain people, because someone will ask about. I had one client once that asked me, "Hey, can you get into? I want to do mediumship with KC." It's like, okay. So I was like, okay, so what I actually need to know this, like, what's their death date and their birthday? And they gave me the birth and death dates, and it was Kurt Cobain. I was like, that's funny because that's Kurt Cobain's birth and death date. And they were like, it is. I was like, did you know him personally? They're like, no, I just have a connection with him. I'm like, then he's not going to come through because he doesn't know you. Like, it's not. I mean, I could try, and we did, and he didn't come through. But this person was in your life, and and furthermore, you meant something to him. Pisces date of passing, October 20. Yeah, I got the birth and death dates, Phyllis. I don't know if there's a lag on your live stream, but I feel like I'm getting the answers much later than I'm asking them, and that's why I'm just wondering if there might be a lag. Um, but yeah, that's definitely one of his biggest or bigger regrets is not embarking on certain creative projects that he had wished that he could have done. Um, I don't know how often he traveled, but yeah, there were places that he would have liked to have seen, liked to have gone to. Um, yeah, it was a young passing, and he had to surrender to it, and there's a lot of things he wishes he had done. I think those are only the three main like ones, like wishes he had been able to express his feelings better to other people. Um, There's something about a creative blockage that he wasn't able to get past, that he wishes he had just broken through. Um, and the fact that he had to surrender to this illness. Um, and yeah, and apparently he wants to come back. He wants to come back soon onto the planet. And that's wonderful for Leroy. That really is. He's a good spirit. And you said that you wanted me to tell him something, Phyllis. Uh, really care about him and knew he was in love with me. Absolutely, yeah, yeah. Yeah, and I don't know, yeah. Phyllis, can you tell him I really did care about him and knew he loved me, and and he really appreciates that. It's so important, and it's kind of what he's talking about, and he really loved and cared about you too, and really treasured you. You were really, really a wonderful woman in his life. Um, and it's interesting because the whole theme of what he's been saying predominantly is he regrets not having expressed things to not just you, not just friends, not just family, but like everyone in his life. He was not very expressive with the ones that he valued. And that's, if he could change anything, he would change that. And it's so important to let people know before it's too late. And sometimes we don't learn that till later. But yeah, no, he loved you too, Phyllis. And he has a lot of regrets for not telling, not being able to tell you that. I also think that there were certain, like he regrets not saying it enough to family members, not saying it enough to certain friends, just different people in his life. Didn't use that word too often, and regrets that. But fully acknowledges your love, and still harbors that for you. So yeah, Phyllis, this is what I'm seeing here. He's big one is he also really wants to reincarnate soon. Um, yeah, right place, right time. And is what he's saying, the right place, right time, but sooner than later. I've noticed a lot of spirits will wait until a lot of their family is back or have come back. And he's already with a lot of family, not his immediate family, but he is wanting to get started again on another human journey soon. Thank you very, very much, Phyllis, for your donation, my friend. I really, really appreciate it, love. And I know you've been thinking about this I checked in a little while ago. This is something we've been wanting to do for a little while. And yeah, that Knight of Cups reverse, Ace of Cups reverse, like regrets of not telling people, that you know how you feel and you care about them. Yeah, your coworkers. Okay, friends. Yeah. A lot of people are straight up afraid to use the L word. There, and it is a very loaded word. But it's also the best word. The best thing. And I've never heard of people. I mean, I've heard of people having regrets after telling someone they love them because maybe they didn't get the response they wanted, but at least they got it off their chest, and if you never get off your chest, then you never know, or, then it just stays bottled inside. Thank you again, Miss Phyllis. Thank you very, very much, love. I appreciate you, and thank you, Leroy, for coming through. I really appreciate you coming through for me and communicating with me. Thank you. Kristen, thank you very much for your donation, Kristen. Has Robbie been talking to his ex Mandy about getting back together recently? Okay. I just want to make sure Kristen's here. Kristen, are you here? Have Robbie and Mandy been talking recently about getting back together? Okay. Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides. Have Robbie and Mandy been recently talking about getting back together? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides. Have Robbie and Mandy been recently talking about getting back together? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides. Have Robbie and Mandy recently been talking about getting back together? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides. Have Robbie and Mandy recently been talking about getting back together? Masters and Spirit Guides, have Robbie and Mandy recently been talking about getting back together? Masters and Spirit Guides, have Robbie and Mandy recently been talking about getting back together? Masters and Spirit Guides, have Robbie and Mandy recently been talking about getting back together? Masters and Spirit Guides, have Robbie and Mandy recently been talking about getting back together? Masters and Spirit Guides, have Robbie and Mandy recently been talking about getting back together? Masters and Spirit Guides, have Robbie and Mandy recently been talking about getting back together? King of Swords reversed, Page of Cups, Ace of Wands, Seven of Wands, and Temperance reversed. Temperance reversed. I mean, it kind of looks like it. It kind of does. Ace of Wands right here in the center. A new beginning, a new start. I know they have kids together. I know they have a family. And there were clearly difficulties. I mean, if things had been totally perfect and they were able to, they would, if things that, things aren't totally perfect ever, there's always going to be issues in a relationship. And I don't know why he left, but he did, or maybe she left. I don't know what ended things, but obviously there was something going on for it to come to an end. However, there has been some, like it's the family thing. I really think it is with this King of Swords reversed. I don't know how often he sees his children, but he definitely feels a lack in his life, in regards to his fatherhood. And yeah, Page of Cups, usually a communication card, and it's also a beginning of a new beginning of some type too. But here's what I'm talking about. They may be talking. I don't know if they're specifically talking about getting back together. I do feel like either one or both of them has some kind of, will they get back together? That I don't know, Kristen. That would be a different question. I don't know. I don't even know if they're for sure talking about it specifically. I do think they're talking. I don't think they see completely eye to eye, though, with this Temperance reversed. And they do acknowledge that, yeah, it's not going to be, if they were to get, like, they acknowledge that things were not all sunshine and rainbows. I think that, yeah, he wants to be, I think he misses being around his kids as much as he was around them. I think that's really what's drawing him back. That's what he's missing, largely. Um, this King of Swords reversed. Um, yeah, there's definitely acknowledgement between the two of them that like there are challenges. Like I said, I don't know why they ended things. I'm gonna understand. I'm gonna assume it was some kind of challenge that they either weren't willing to overcome or didn't know how to overcome. I'm not quite sure. Um, but I do think he always has his kids around the majority of the time. Okay. Could be the family unit, Kristen. It could be the old family unit that he's used to, that he's missing. Um, and I know he has the majority of the time, but he used to have them all the time, and he could be wanting that too. Um, and I also feel like he's looking at this through like rose tinted lenses that he shouldn't be looking at this through. Hi, Avani, welcome. Like I said, like there were clearly problems if it came to an end. And that's something that he's not taking into consideration right now. That there were problems. Um, so my theory is, if they were to get back together, if it were to happen, I don't think it would last very long. I feel like it's really in the name of like just wanting to spend more time with his children, and wanting what he had, the good part of it that he had in the past. But unfortunately, that's why they ended, because that's gone. But um, yeah, I do feel like because I know last time I read for you, he was like looking at like he was like missing the things that like were the good attributes of his past connection. And I think now he's getting to kind of a diluted perspective where he's not even considering that those days are long gone. Those things are probably long gone. And B, that there were issues. There were, hi Felicia, welcome. That there were indeed issues. And things ended for a reason, some reason. Um, but yeah, no, that's what I'm seeing. Um, I'm really sorry, Kristen. I don't know. I don't know if he's like spending a lot of time on the phone or just like, if he's kind of not present or if he's just acting weird or what. But I know you've had some suspicions, and that'd be really unfair. You know, if he is indeed for sure talking to her about that specifically, that's really not okay, not nice at all. You know. So I really hope I'm wrong here, and he sees the real truth. That King of Swords reverse is also not seeing the truth, like seeing the truth or the truth in a really delusional manner, and like really distorted, you know. Matt Belcher, thank you very much for your donation. Is man acting weird? Sorry, what is what man acting? I don't know what that is. Thank you very much, Kristen. Thank you so much, love. Oh, you're all good, Kristen. It's all good. Hey, Matt. Okay, I'm going to ask for another OG reading on Rebecca. I'll get into why as we go, okay? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Rebecca's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Matt? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Rebecca's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Matt? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Rebecca's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Matt? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Rebecca's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Matt? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Rebecca's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Matt? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Rebecca's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Matt? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Rebecca's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Matt? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Rebecca's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Matt? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Rebecca's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Matt? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Rebecca's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Matt? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Rebecca's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Matt? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Rebecca's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Matt? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Rebecca's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Matt? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Rebecca's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Matt? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Rebecca's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Matt? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Rebecca's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Matt? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Rebecca's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Matt? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Rebecca's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Matt? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Rebecca's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Matt? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Rebecca's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Matt? Seven of Swords reversed. Ace of Swords. Page of Cups reversed. King of Wands. Knight of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles reversed. Eight of Wands. Nine of Wands reversed. The Lovers reversed. Nine of Swords reversed. Nine of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles. Six of Wands reversed. The Hierophant reversed. And King of Swords. So I reached out to that cat account again, and they responded this time. They claimed they weren't Rebecca, but were super evasive about it. Well, we've got the Seven of Swords reversed with your general energy. The Seven of Swords reversed is a lie being exposed. So I completely feel like she's lying. But I feel also like you've gotten to the bottom. You feel as though you've gotten to the bottom of things for the most part with the Seven of Pentacles reversed and Nine of Pentacles. It's like you've the frustration of the unknown is not as pervasive as it was previously. I honestly think I think she liked the fact that you reached out to her. I know you've done it before, but I think she's liking the attention. I think she's liking that you're onto it. It's really, really, yeah. She's a piece of work with this Knight of Pentacles, Nine of Swords reversed, and King of Swords. She doesn't see anything wrong with what she's doing. That's the issue here. This King of Swords thinks she's being totally fair, and she's not worried about the fact that you basically called her out and caught her on it. And I do believe that she's probably going to continue. I know you blocked her, but she'll probably try to find some other way to follow you on TikTok. Yeah, the Ace of Swords. I think that she really gets a kick. She gets a kick out of the attention she gets from you, good or bad, negative or not. Ace of Swords, Eight of Wands, Three of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, Eight of Wands, both being communication cards. She thinks that when she gets your attention, it's like, oh, he likes me too, he likes me too. Like it's really, really warped. And I feel like she was, even though she's been ignoring most of your messages, I feel like she was kind of building up to this and wanted to make it like function in this way. I've seen for what she is now. I've had multiple confirmation that she's using my energy for various things, so I completely cut off her energy today, going through some major energy clearing. Yeah. And like even doing this kind of stuff is you know, it's bothersome and it's draining, you know. She does feel like as much as she likes the attention, I think she is concerned about you know, you pulling away energetically, which you've done in the past, but you're doubling down here. And excuse me, and this yes, Nine of Wands reversed right here in the center. I think she feels like she doesn't need to change. She doesn't need to change her actions. She doesn't need to change her behavior. Even though nothing about this has been successful in her like warped mind, she is the attention. Hi, Virgo girl. How are you doing? There's just no avoiding what and who she is. Yeah, and we just received a donation from Mercedes. Thank you so much, Mercedes. I'll add you in just a second. Yeah, you're right. There's just no avoiding, you know, what and who she is. Yeah, her intentions. We have the King of Wands, the Lovers reversed, and the Hierophant reversed. I think she intends on continuing doing what she's doing. This King of Wands. She knows she's not got you in her life, and this is the only way in which she can have you in her life, or she thinks that she can, and is doing it under the guise of darkness or an alias. If I donated for reading now, how long would it be to wait? Well, Mercedes just donated for a reading. I'm just finishing up Matt's reading, then Mercedes would be next, and then if you made a donation, you would be next. And you can also pay, I forgot to add it to my info, but you can also pay an additional $5 if you want to skip to the front of the line. That goes for anybody who wants to skip the line. Yeah, no, this King of Swords, she's got a really warped view of reality here. And yeah, it's just like all covertness. Yeah, Yeah, no more. No more. It is so gross. I agree with you, Matt. It is really, and it's not healthy. It's not healthy for her. It's not healthy for you. It's it's childish. It's something that like a high schooler would do. It's really weird, and it's not, and it's wildly inappropriate and invasive, and yeah, it's not healthy, not good. Shani, thank you for your donation, love. Well, thank you so much, Matt. I appreciate you as always, and I hope I brought you clarity there. Yeah, just you keep your energies clear from her, and you know you're protected. Um, you got this. Yeah, you absolutely got this. Mercedes, thank you so much for your donation. Please go ahead and post your question right there in the chat. No, this is it. There were some other things involved in this, and I took care of that too. Dark stuff. Yeah, yeah. Just wash your hands clean of this, wash your hands clean of it. Hi, I just want to know how Eddie feels about me. We broke up a long time ago, but Henry reminds me of him a lot. Okay. And what's Eddie's sign? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides. By the way, Henry reached out today and I ignored him. Good, good. Smart idea. Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides. How does Eddie currently feel about Mercedes? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides. How does Eddie currently feel about Mercedes? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides. How does Eddie currently feel about Mercedes? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides. How does Eddie currently feel about Mercedes? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides. How does Eddie currently feel about Mercedes? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides. How does Eddie currently feel about Mercedes? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides. How does Eddie currently feel about Mercedes? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides. How does Eddie currently feel about Mercedes? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides. How does Eddie currently feel about Mercedes? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides. How does Eddie currently feel about Mercedes? Ace of Cups, King of Wands, Nine of Pentacles, the Devil, and Knight of Cups reversed. Oh. Yeah, I kept on seeing this Ace of Cups when I was shuffling. I don't know how long ago y'all broke up. You said it was a long time ago. He still thinks about you, girl. He still has feelings for you. Ace of Cups. He has emotions for you still. This Ace of Cups. King of Wands. He's still very, very physically attracted to you and desires you. Nine of Pentacles. He values you as a woman. I don't know why you guys broke up. If he value it, if you're really this Nine of Pentacles value to him, I don't know. Maybe he didn't show it as much as he should have. But he feels very bound to you still with the Devil here. He feels like he can't. I don't know if he's dated since you, but if he has, I would not be surprised if he was another old and wild oats guy. Okay, yeah, I would be surprised if he is dating again. I wouldn't be surprised if he's comparing every single woman to you. You really, really made a mark on him, Mercedes. With this Knight of Cups though reversed, he has accepted that it is over, but he can't help but still feel he still has cups, wands, and pentacles for you. Definitely still attached. I don't know when the last time you guys spoke was. You don't have to tell me any of this stuff, but wow, yeah, it's not just the fact that they're mostly all upright. These are like a love, attraction, value, attachment, you know. But he's not your boyfriend anymore. He does understand that, but despite the fact that he isn't your man anymore, still feels attached to you. Thinks about you a lot. Thank you. It's weird because Henry looks and sounds and talks just like him. I thought it was weird. Yeah, isn't that interesting? I've definitely dated people and been like, whoa, like you have the exact same voice. Yeah, like one guy I dated had the exact same voice as another guy I dated. Like, it's kind of weird stuff. Like, yeah, I think that's why I got attached really quickly. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, no, this guy is still very much into you. Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Mercedes. I appreciate you, girl. Yeah, no, he's got some feelings for sure. Yeah, that Ace of Cups kept on showing up when I was shuffling too. You're welcome, sweetheart. Thank you. Shani, thank you for your donation, Shani. Please go ahead and post your question right there in the chat. Thank you. How does Kari feel about me? Carrie? Okay. Type 1 if it's Kari. Type 2 if it's Carrie. Or just phonetically spell it for me. I know I'm probably mispronouncing it. Carrie. Okay. Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, how does Carrie feel about Shani? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, how does Carrie feel about Shani? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, how does Carrie feel about Shani? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, how does Carrie feel about Shani? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, how does Carrie feel about Shani? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, how does Carrie feel about Shani? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, how does Carrie feel about Shani? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, how does Carrie think about Shani? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, how does Carrie think about Shani? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, how does Carrie think? Ace of Swords, Eight of Wands, Three of Cups reversed, Seven of Pentacles, and Ten of Swords reversed. Interesting. Okay, we've got two really strong communication cards. Do you talk? Do the two of you talk? And is it a guy or a girl? Is this a romantic situation? Because we've got both the Ace of Swords and the Eight of Wands. That's someone who feels like they need to communicate something to you. They've got a message for you. And they want you at a fallout. Okay. Y'all are friends, huh? Three of Cups reversed. Because that's the friendship card. And if we have it reversed, it's like friendship breakup. Or is it a romantic connection? Some kind of, but it definitely some kind of something came to a pause here. His name is Kari. Yeah. Yeah, Ten of Swords reversed, Three of Cups reversed. But he still wants you in his life. He still wants to talk to you. He wants to hash whatever happened between the two of you with the fallout. He wants to have a dialogue about it. He wants to talk about it. Like, these are two, like, your sword is your voice. Ace of Swords is using one's voice, using his voice. Eight of Wands is communication. He's feeling frustrated. Feels really frustrated that this fallout happened. He's not pleased. But he also doesn't feel like it's permanent. He's hoping it's not permanent. He doesn't want this to come to a complete end between the two of you. So I think that's good. I hope you're not going to tell me, oh, he blocked me or I blocked him, because he really wants to communicate with you. And, I always say communication is the opposite of conflict. And if you guys just start talking civilly about stuff, I think you can hash it out, especially if that's what he wants. I told last night, like, I actually liked you, and I told him he didn't have to lie to me about talking to other girls. Oh, he talks to other girls. That might also be this Three of Cups reversed. He does really, I do really feel that he does like you. Um, Maybe he feels like he should probably stop doing that. I don't know. So, okay, so you told him that he didn't have to lie to you about talking to other girls. Yeah, he knows you're upset, and I think he knows that behavior is not ideal. It's not, when someone likes you. Yes, we just started talking, but we played. Yeah. Okay, so you guys just started talking, so he kind of, is still talking to other people too. Yeah. I get the sense that, if that does bother you, even if you said that he didn't have to lie to you about talking to other girls, um, maybe that was, I don't know if that was passive aggressive or if it was, or if it legit just doesn't bother you. Um, I think he thinks that it may bother you, and he's like, okay, well, I think the gears are starting to turn, and he's kind of just like, okay, well, maybe I don't, why am I talking to these other girls? Like, I'm not saying he doesn't like any of them, and I don't want to say he likes you more because you guys have just, started to know one another, but you guys clicked. If he's talking to other girls, I don't know if he clicked as well with them. And if you guys clicked better, he could very well be like, well, I should focus on just getting to know her. I hope that's the leaf that he's wanting to turn here with this Three of Cups reverse, because that's definitely third parties. It was just like he was dry texting me one day and we made plans to see each other. What's dry texting? And I got upset. Yeah. Hmm. It's hard because some people have an easier time just like clicking with people and finding people and like not finding people, it's like, they'll just have a, like, for me, I don't click with too many people. Like, thank you very much for your donation, Austin. One word, I was gonna say, like, yeah, I was thinking it was something like that, like not curt responses, like very short, like, yeah, one word thing. It's kind of passive aggressive kind of behavior, Um, like, what's going on? Why? Yeah, I've definitely been on the receiving end of that. Um, and let me ring the bell. I'm doing the bell for Austin. Thank you. Um, I'm really hoping that what he wants to, because he's definitely got something to say to you. I'm really hoping what he's got to say is, hey, if this bothers you, like, I'm happy to, like, just start to get to know you, Because if you guys met on a dating app, and then both of y'all were probably talking to other people on the dating app, and he might just be at a point where he's like, well, what's the point if I didn't click with them, But I don't know if he did click with them. There are some people I've met that just have an easier time clicking with others. And like, damn, it must be nice for you, because I don't. I don't know if I'm just pickier or what, but yeah. Definitely. I mean, I don't think you blocked him or anything, right? So keep the channels open is my recommendation. I really think he's going to reach out to you. We got two major communication cards there. So, and I think that the ball is really in his court, you know. Should, like, he needs to like apologize, really. He really, I think. I mean, I don't know if apologize is the word, but he needs to have some kind of explanation here. And I know he wants to keep you in his life. Or at least continue getting to know you more, So yeah, good. You didn't block him. So the channels of communication are open. That Eight of Wands, that Ace of Swords, those don't lie. I really think he's going to reach out to you soon. Keep me posted. Let me know. I'm curious to know what that message is. But I really think that it's positive. Because think about it. If the message was, "Hey, I actually don't want to be with you," he wouldn't want to say that to you. You know what I mean? I feel like it's going to be something good. Thank you so much, Shani. I appreciate you, girl. And you hang in there. Austin, thank you so much for your donation, my friend. Please go ahead and post your question right there in the chat. Thank you. You're welcome. Message from Denise, a childhood friend of mine who passed away from a car accident in February. Oh my God, Austin, I am so sorry for your loss. That's heavy, and that was not too long ago. I'm so sorry. Um, well, that would be a mediumship reading, Austin, and that's let's see here. I believe it's 35 for the mediumship. Let me double check. Yeah, 35 if you wanted to do a mediumship. Um, and I do ask if that is something that you want to do, that I check in just beforehand to make sure that I can get in touch with her. I can get in touch with most people, most folks, but not all. And I found that sometimes if I can't, it's sometimes because they passed recently. Sometimes it's because they passed. Yeah, recently is usually the number one reason. However, I was proved wrong not too long ago. I did a mediumship for someone whose brother had just passed away like days before, or like a month before. We tried it a couple days after he passed, couldn't get through. We tried it a month later, and he was able to communicate. So it's been a few months, so it's possible, it's very possible I could communicate with her, but I would want to check. But so if you wanted to do that, the difference would be $27.58. But if you did want to do that, I just would want to quickly check before you send anything. What would you like to do? I changed my mind. Connection with F, who I met at the gym. Connect. You're okay. What do you mean connection with F? Do you want me to ask what their like thoughts, feelings, and intentions are, or like their feelings, or how they view you? Sorry. Yes. Yes. To what? You want me to ask what their how they view you? Did you just meet them recently? Because thought I wouldn't recommend thoughts, feelings, and intentions for someone who, if you met them like in the past week, I wouldn't recommend that because intentions are, we usually don't have like intentions for people until we've established like until we've known them a little better. But I think a good question would be like how did what was the, have you only met them once though, Austin? I think because and we can do thoughts, feelings, intentions, but it might be a little murky. Um, I think I would like to suggest asking what her first impression was. If you've only, I don't know how many times you've. Oh, you met her 2 months ago. Okay, so not too long ago. Yeah, let's do thoughts, feelings. That's definitely appropriate. Okay, I thought it was someone who you met like very recent, like this week or something. Okay, totally. All right, let's do it. And you don't happen to know her sign, do you? I remember you're Leo, right? Ancient masters and spirit guides. What are F's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Austin? Your PT? What's your PT? Angels, masters, and spirit guides. What are F's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Austin? Angels, masters, and spirit guides. What are F's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Austin? Angels, masters, and spirit guides. What are F's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Austin? Angels, masters, and spirit guides. What are F's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Austin? Angels, masters, and spirit guides. What are F's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Austin? Oh, she did it. Okay. Angels, masters, and spirit guides. What are F's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Austin? Angels, masters, and spirit guides. What are F's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Austin? Angels, masters, and spirit guides. What are F's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Austin? Angels, masters, and spirit guides. What are F's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Austin? The World. Seven of Wands reversed. Three of Cups reversed. Seven of Swords reversed. And Four of Pentacles reversed. Okay. All right, we'll start with your general energies. We have the World. I think I can tell I have a feeling you like her. You see some potential. And I think like you like her on like a whole. Like you like who she is. Like, just as a person from the time that you've spent with her. I don't know if you spent time with her outside of the personal trainer client realm. But I definitely do get that sense. For general energies, we have the Four of Pentacles reversed. I want a little bit of clarification on this. Do you know if she's single, Austin? Because I'm getting the sense that I'm getting the sense that she's just, I don't think she is. And I actually feel like she quite recently, like, got out of like, I think she got into a new relationship not too long ago, but I think she got out of a really bad one. I want to say like 6 months ago. Because there's something about like, yeah, like letting go of people from the past. And I don't know what that has to do with you. That's her general energy. But if that's something that's like been pervading her life, say if she was in an abusive relationship and she's just moved into a new relationship, then that would probably be pervading a lot of her general energies, I would imagine. Her thoughts, we have the Seven of Wands reversed. I hate to say it. I don't think she'd feel comfortable crossing that personal trainer client boundary and dating someone that's the client of hers. And there very well actually might be some rules about that she can't break, that would threaten her job, her livelihood. The Seven of Wands reversed, it's like not something that she would like make like a job sacrifice for. This Three of Cups reversed. Yeah, I think she does. I think she wants to, with her feelings. I feel like she wants to keep things at a professional level. I mean, you could always try and find out like what. I mean, I wouldn't ask her, but I don't know. You could try to find out like if there are rules about like asking out a trainer, if they're not allowed to do that, if they're not allowed to fraternize with their clients. Um, if she was, you know, I'm assuming she's employed by the gym. If she was an independent personal trainer, I feel things would be different because that's when I have heard of personal trainers like, yeah, like dating their clients. I've known of people dating their personal trainers, but it's always been like personal trainers that are hired independently, that are just running their own show and aren't hired through a gym or a spa or anything. But she's beholden to the gym, so they have their rules. Um, And I mean, I was thinking, I was like, I mean, you could always shoot your shot and ask her if she wants to have coffee with you outside of work, but there might very well be some rules against that. And if there, and maybe there's not rules against getting coffee per se, but there could very well be rules against breaking that client physical trainer boundary. Um, I think she intends to be very straightforward with you with this Seven of Swords rebirth. She's not gonna mislead you in any way. She's, you know, she's working with you on your physical health. Um, I mean, I'm assuming you guys talk about some stuff other than just, you know, working out and working on your health. Um, but I think that's a big one there. I really think that because she's beholden to her, the gym, her employer, I'm sure they have some kind of protocol against that. I know that's the same way for like yoga instructors and like if they work for a yoga studio, she's working on mental health as well. That's great. Is she a mental health professional or like cause yeah, like with like yoga instructors, like if it's like a yoga instructor like at a studio, that's I've never I know there's a lot of rules against that, but I have heard of like individual private yoga instructors who definitely date clients. She's a psychology major. Okay. Um, like she has her degree in psychology. Just be careful with that. You make sure she's a professional because there's a lot of people, you know, like, and I'm trying myself to not like ever diagnose people or anything, but she has her degree in psychology. Okay, okay. Um, yeah, that's cool. Um, and she's allowed to. Is it part of her job or like? Because normally you need to be certified to like be able to practice in the mental health field. But if she's helping you, that's you know that's great. Um, that's really good. Um, yeah, like and like I said, I don't know how much you guys talk in like in terms of like um you know things outside of what you're working on, but um I think that would be the test, like seeing how she would react to that if she would be like you know kind of if she would kind of pull back or you know what I mean like um or if she's receptive to it, you know, then there's your answer, you know. But I just from my knowledge of that business and people working in that business, I don't think that's you're on the fritz too. What do you mean by that? On the fritz? Not wanting? What do you mean? Not wanting what? Oh, oh, not wanting to date. Gotcha, gotcha. Yeah, it could be tricky. Yeah. especially if she's really helpful to, like if you guys were to date something and it didn't work out for whatever reason, you don't have to find another personal trainer. And it could just be a matter of, wrong place, wrong time. Um, Circumstances just not allowing it at this time. But it's in the future. I'm sure it's definitely not an impossibility. But yeah, I think at this time it's probably difficult. But thank you very, very much, Austin. I really appreciate you, my friend. And I hope I brought you clarity there. That's great that you're working on your health. That's awesome. Plus, it's making you more emotionally available to women. Wait, what is working out? The meditation she has you doing. Awesome. Did you say you were doing transcendental meditation? Because that can be risky if it's not taught by a professional like a TM professional. That can have effects on your physical. Excuse me. So, okay, so she taught you TM. Yeah, you're not supposed to teach TM unless you're a certified TM practitioner. It's like a big rule with TM. When she taught you, did she give you a mantra? She's not supposed to give you a mantra if she's not a TM worker. There's a lot of nuances to it. I studied it for about 3 months. Mantra, yeah, it's not transcendental meditation. Transcendental meditation. I don't know if you're familiar with it, but it's like trademarked. Like it's its own thing. It's its own foundation. The Transcendental Meditation Foundation. It's been around since the '60s, and it's a very specific type of meditation, and there's centers all over the world, all over the country, all over the world, and David Lynch, rest in peace. He put a lot of money into TM, and the David Lynch Foundation is all about like proliferating TM. But yeah, it was like a 3 month course. It was intense, and you learn with other people that are learning it too, and you have a coach you can call like at any time. But yeah, there's a lot of it's very, very specific. It's very nuanced, and I just got lazy to be QH. My coach was prescribing actually an additional 20 minutes a day for me. You're supposed to do it twice a day, 20 minutes a day. It's good discipline. Um, Once in the morning, once before dinner, before you eat. You're supposed to do it on an empty stomach. That's a big one. Um, and yeah, 20 minutes twice a day. Sorry about that. Some people do it shorter, some people do it longer. I started shortening it when I was starting to get lazy and I wasn't getting the full benefits. I should really go back to it, really. Because if anything, it was just really good as a discipline, you know. But so long as it's helping you, that's what's up, you know. I think most types of meditation are very valid, you know. Your card cam arrives tomorrow. That's awesome, dude. Hi, Mercedes. Yes, you can do another one. Thank you so much, Mercedes. Please go ahead and post your question right there in the chat. Thank you. How does Satish feel about me? We broke up years ago, but I've been thinking about my exes a lot. Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, how does Satish feel about Mercedes? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, how does Satish feel about Mercedes? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, how does Satish feel about Mercedes? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, how does Satish feel about Mercedes? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, how does Satish feel about Mercedes? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, how does Satish feel about Mercedes? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, how does Satish feel about Mercedes? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, how does Satish feel about Mercedes? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, how does Satish currently feel about Mercedes? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, how does Satish feel about Mercedes? Again, Ace, wow, Ace of Cups, again in the same spot. Queen of Swords, Three of Cups reversed, Three of Pentacles, and Two of Cups. He still has feelings for you too. This guy does too. And you said, I hope he's not mad, or I hope he's not still mad. Now, I don't know how long ago things ended between the two of you. Good, good. Well, he still harbors warm feelings towards you. He never, this doesn't have to be necessarily like he wants to, like, get back together with you, but he does not resent you. You asked you said, I hope he's still not mad. I don't know how long ago it was, but if he was still mad, it literally would have been the Queen of Swords reversed. That's someone who's mad and bitter about the past. Queen of Swords, like, he's let it go. He's moved on. He's fine. I don't know what happened between the two of you. Yeah, Three of Cups reversed. Like, I don't think he's coming back into your life. Like you said, he's got a family now, and you haven't spoken for years. You may speak again, but it's great he's got a family now. But yeah, no, he doesn't harbor any resentment. Quite the opposite. He a lot of people talk a lot of shit about their exes and don't remember that, hey, there was actually something good about every relationship that everyone has ever been in, even like the worst ones. There's a reason why we liked them to begin with and spent time with them. Like, but we often forget that. At least I do, and I'm trying to switch gears and, like, remember the good aspects of a relationship. But I realize why that is, because when my heart gets broken, all I can seem to do is think about all the good things and not, take into account the bad things. Then once you're over that person and the breakup, it's easier to just think about the bad things and the reasons why it should have ended, you know? And in that, we often forget a lot of the good. Like, I was remembering something really sweet that one of my exes did for me. All I seem to remember him doing was cheating on me and getting herpes. He didn't give it to me, thank God. But he did some really nice things for me, that guy. And I almost completely forgot all of them because I was so hurt when he broke up with me. My friends told me, like, don't think of any of the good stuff. Like, remember why you guys are broken up. Like, all the shitty things he did. Remember the time he cheated on you? Yeah, remember that. So they would hammer that into my head and kind of got into that mindset. And it's very Queen of Swords reversed. It's not good. And especially when it's been a long time. You know, it's been like 20 years since I dated that guy. I harbor no resentments and haven't in a very long time. But yeah, I remember something really nice he did for me. I was like, see, I almost totally forgot about that. Like, I know I liked him. There was some reason there. And yeah, no, he holds no resentment. He doesn't, I don't think he wants to fraternize with you. Like he's like you said, he's got a family. I'm sure he's busy with that family. But you know, you guys, I don't know what happened between the two of you, but I feel like I don't think anyone tried to intentionally hurt anyone. Feelings I'm sure were hurt, but I don't get the sense that he's a malicious guy or was. He may have not been super emotionally mature. I don't know what the deal was, but um, I'm sure he's also grown a lot too. But no, complete opposite. Queen of Swords is someone who harbors no resentments about the past. They're they're fine. I was gonna say I'm gonna guess y'all were super young because you're already very young. So if it was in the past, I'm sure yeah, you guys were just really emotionally immature and or he was. I don't know how mature you were, but you were both very young and probably one of both of your guys' first relationships, I'm guessing, and it's hard to navigate those. And we learn. That's that Three of Pentacles too. I feel like he did learn from your guys' connection. I think I'm sure you did learn some stuff too, moving forward in your lives. Yeah, no, it's no bad feelings or anything at all. Warm feelings. Like if someone were to bring up your name or something, I don't know if you guys have mutual friends, but if someone were to bring up your name, you would be like, oh, like yeah, no, I used to date her like way back in the day. She's really nice, blah blah. He's not the type to like he's got nothing to badmouth. And I don't know if if he badmouthed people a lot in the past, but I get the sense that he's not that type of a person. Um, yeah, solid. That's interesting. You know, it's interesting. Now you've got me. Now you've got the gears going, girl. Now I'm starting to wonder how my exes feel about me. Do they think I'm like a big B, or I certainly hope not. We just wanted to break free from our families and didn't know how. Oh, girl, been there, been there. When I was younger, yeah. And I see so many like a lot of my clients with like really young kids, like late teens, early 20s, like wanting to do the same with their significant other, and it's just like yeah, it's so hard, it's so difficult being that young. Well, thank you very much, Mercedes. I appreciate you, love, and I hope I brought you clarity there. No, your exes don't hate you. You know, very far from it. They don't hate you at all. Right, and I don't think you thought they hated you, but they don't have any ill feelings for you. You're welcome, Mercedes. That's so interesting too how that Ace of Cups showed up in the same spot. It's really interesting. You are very welcome, sweetheart. Thank you. All right, so I've been on for a little over 2 hours now, right? And it was, but and I haven't seen that happen like in a long time. Like that happened twice tonight, and they were both your readings. Like it wasn't even like it happened with someone else. Like it's so funny. It's funny how that happens. Like I'll often see the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups together, like Emperor and Empress together. It's so interesting. These cards are definitely magical. So it's that time of night where I'm going to do a last call for any and all donations. I know I said I wasn't going to be on tonight initially. I thought I was working my other job till 6 tonight, but I got off at 2:30, so that's why I am on. But I am working till 6 tomorrow at my other job, so I likely won't be on because I'm just so knackered at that point. Maybe I will. I don't know because then I have a class next. No, I don't have We'll figure it out. So yeah, I likely won't be on tomorrow. I'll do my best. How about that? I'll do my best, but no promises. Last call, everybody, last call. If you have a question that you would like me to answer for you tonight, I am still here and happy to read for you. Last call tonight, everyone, for any and all donations. Oh, Mercedes, I don't know if you're still here, but I didn't even see that part. We broke up and 6 months later he got married to the girl he left me for. Oh dear. And they're still together now? Oh dear. Well, I hope I hope he's happy. I think he is. He seems like a peaceful person. Last call, everybody. Last call tonight for any and all donations. Thank you so much. Yeah, he has a peaceful energy. Like, yeah. He seems like he's, just like at peace. Last call, everybody. All right, I'm going to call it a wonderful night. Thank you all so much for being here, and I will, like I said, I'll try. Oh, Austin, I'll send a donation for a mediumship. Okay, first, before you do that, Austin, before you send that, I need to check in to make sure I can connect with the person who you want to connect with, okay? Because sometimes I can't refund, if it's like SuperChat, I can't refund it. Like, I can refund PayPal and Cash App and Venmo, but before you send anything in, please give me her name, her full name ideally. If you don't feel comfortable doing that, please email it to me. If you have a photo of her, if you could email that to me. Her date of birth and her date of passing. If you could please provide those for me. Thank you, Austin. Let me know if you still want to do this, Austin. You want to do it some other time. Okay, no problem. I'm here for you anytime. And if you want me, Austin, actually, because it doesn't I don't charge to check in and see if someone is available. That's free. I don't charge. It takes like 30 seconds to a minute. No sweat off my back. It's the mediumship that takes a lot of energy. But if you'd like, um, please email me. If you wanted to do this in the future, I can always check like tonight and see if she's available for communication if you want. If you could email me the information I just mentioned, just her full name, if you have a photo of her, and her date of birth and date of passing, I would really appreciate that. And that helps me even more. Like, it just makes the process so much like faster and clearer. But yeah, I can check on that offline, no problem. And I'll get back to you next time I see you, and you can do it if you want. Or maybe you're trying to contact someone else. Maybe it's not her. I don't know. But I know you asked about your friend earlier. So yeah, just let me know that. All right, everybody. Thank you all so very much for just another wonderful, wonderful evening. And I will see y'all again, probably not tomorrow, most likely Wednesday.